Good morning. Um, Sorry, I didn't mean to jump so close. I'm trying something different streaming, so I just want to see this works and if I'm able to turn my camera around and all is good and I can read your comments because the comments are going to be the most important part. Okay, I'm on YouTube and I'm on my Facebook page. I'm Tracy Winesapple. Sorry, I think as a nervous thing, I adjust my necklaces when I come online. Somebody noticed that. Good morning. Drop me a comment. Okay, Valerie, you can hear me and see me. Oh, I forgot to get my headphones. Okay, hold on. I'm going to try something else. Good morning. Don't leave. Well, don't go anywhere. Just stay there. I want to see if my headphones work too. Good morning. Good morning. It is, there we go. This should work. To stream a different way. Good morning, Anne. Uh-oh, did I go frozen? Uh-oh. There we go. Okay, just let me know if you can see me. Hi, good morning. Good morning. I realized I said I was going to go live this morning and I was laying in bed, which was not the thing to be doing. Good morning. Hi. Let's see if I'm live. If you can see me now. Uh-oh, I don't know how to change. I don't know how to change my Facebook page. There we go. There's Jean. There's Julie. Glad to see you. I'm so glad to see you. Hi, Anne. Yeah, let me know if the picture's so excited about my order arriving. Julie, I'm sorry for the delay. I'll show it to you if you want. Okay, I can see me. Can you hear me? Good morning. Tracy here from California. Joyce, I live in California. Come down and see me in San Diego. So I'm on my phone because I'm going to move around and I wanted to see if I can change views from my camera. So, well, no, that's no camera. So give me a second. I just want to see if I can change settings while we're here. Otherwise, I got to go to Facebook. Front camera. It's not going to go back. Back camera. There we go. Oh, there you go. Okay. Back camera ultra wide. What does that do? Well, that's kind of nifty. Well, it's not really a great view. All right, that's what I wanted to know. I think we're going to be able to do this. I wanted to give it a go and see if oh, there we go. Good morning. Yes, you hear me. Can see and hear you. Where are you at, Joyce, in California? All right. So this weekend, I'm an artist. I work in this art studio. If you have never seen me before, I do demos every Wednesday on my Facebook page. I would love to see and meet you in person one day. Goals in life. Joyce, hashtag I'd like to meet you as well. So, oops, okay, I don't know why that comment popped up. All right, so here's the deal. I sell my artwork randomly twice a year. Oh, Lodi, California. Thank you for answering that. So I am no expert. I am no expert at anything. I am a average Joe who loves to share her art and really primarily share my artwork through teaching and online demonstrations. And anything I'm about to say to you is from my personal experience. How's my makeup, by the way? I feel like I've got like too much on. Anyway, it's from my personal experience, what I've learned, what I've lost, and what I've gained. And by the way, Julie said, I'm an average Josephine. Here's the thing. My mom's name is Josephine. So the answer is, I'm going to go with I'm above average Josephine. My mom is the best Josephine. And you guys have been asking, how do you sell? What do you do? How do you prep? Where do you paint all these? Do you paint them all in one night? God, I wish. I only do this twice a year. So I don't sell a ton Um, and part of that is on purpose. A, it's a lot of work. B, it's a lot of work. C, it's a lot of work. No, part of doing it twice a year is now I have this niche where people notify me twice a year. I don't go to farmers markets or arts and crafts festival every single weekend because, yes, you would notify me there. I don't have that kind of time. I've done it before. I actually have it has its ups and its downs. There are many fine artists who I could probably point you to who I go to see them on the weekend. But me personally, I don't like to sit out in the hot baking sun. I don't like people to go, I could do that. And then I kind of laugh because I'm thinking you could probably do it for $150. Or they negotiate my prices, which I don't do that anymore. If we're not suited and you're not my customer, I'm not offended if you could make it. I'm not offended because guess what? I'm going to probably teach you how to do it. You can go online. You could go online and take my class on how to paint wine glasses, and then you can do it. So that's what you really strike a good balance as a business owner and stay true to yourself. Elizabeth, sometimes I don't, and then I fall on my face. I'm mad at my gut. I'm mad at myself for not following my gut. So this morning, I won't keep you guys forever, but if you have questions and you want to answer me to answer them, I will. So I did find a little niche of how I sell my artwork. How did that come about? I went to, I participated in my local art and wine festival. Cheryl said, will you be doing another class on wine glass soon? Yes, I will. And any ideas that come from this conversation, could you throw it in a note to yours truly and email it to me? I would be happy to do it all over again. We could do it live. Okay. So some people ask me, you're teaching your competition. Well, for the most part, if you go to local events, if you're going to go to my local event and shop wine glasses, probably the wineries and the stores I work with are going to call me and go, "Hey, what's going on?" Anyway, um, I'm really mindful of that. But how did I start selling like wine glasses? So I don't typically do the booths anymore. I don't have signage. I don't really own a canopy. I borrow one. It gets hot in Southern California. So it also rains. But here's the deal. I was doing an art and wine festival for our local organization that supports art murals. I love them. I love anything that supports art. I'm not invited to a lot of stuff, but I got invited to do that 3, 4, or 5 times, whatever. I just got another email. And I painted a wine barrel. So then they offered me a free booth. And I was like, ugh, I really don't want to lug all of my heavy artwork that adorns my walls and is very large, is cumbersome, probably doesn't do that well sitting in this hot baking sun all day. And I don't know what people want to see. So a few months before the event, I thought, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of the free booth, put my business cards out, and I'm going to sell painted wine glasses. Well, that worked out to my benefit. Also, I did it at one of my local wineries. It ended up working better than I ever thought it would work. I sold lots, sold out, and I had a good price range. So people were coming, and listen, if you're a fine artist and you're watching this, I'm sorry, I'm not going to apologize. You probably could sit as a fine artist or an artist. I don't even want to say the word fine art, as an artist and sell one piece of artwork that's whatever, 20 by 20, whatever that size is. You could sell one piece in a day, call it good, walk away, and you're good. I probably have to sell 20 wine glasses to equal your one piece of art. However, 20 people are walking away with my business card, my wine glass that they're going to drink out of almost maybe every day. Give it as a gift so that outreaches to other people. I had something in my mind, and that was to sell something that was affordable. And yes, maybe I have to sell 20 of them to your one. However, if you don't sell that one and I sell 30, I think it's okay. So I'm not going to tell you from my standpoint that I am selling anything above and beyond what was true to me. I happen to love painting them. They do take labor. And it's a nice, affordable niche. So if you're selling large artwork, you might want to think about selling prints, cards, something that is affordable that will get people to stop by, because depending on what you're at. Now, if you're at an art walk, that's a totally different thing. If you're at an art walk, that might be a totally different thing, and or you're selling at a gallery and you want people into the gallery. So don't come at me if I don't point out that. Okay. I did find something that was a low cost. I could mass produce them. Of course, now I need about 6 elves to help me. Um, People use on a regular daily basis. Because I live in wine country and there's 40 boutique wineries, chose wine, champagne, and shot glasses. However, you could do water, beer mugs, and martini glasses. Yeah. Lori says, I have plenty of art ready. No idea how to price it. Okay, let's talk about that. So I will tell you, let's do a tour. You want to do a tour before I come back? So I'm going to turn my camera around. Everything I do is in my home studio or my woodshop studio. I got plenty of space. I got no kids hanging out right now. They're in college. So basically, I could use my entire house and nobody would care unless you're invited over to my house, in which case you would see my display of wine glasses when you walk in and you can buy them right from me. Yeah, I've done martini glasses, all of those things. So do you want to go on a tour and then we'll talk about how I price? Do you want to do that first? Because I got to switch around how my camera looks. If this doesn't work, I can always go to Facebook. Oh, you know what? I'm going to leave it on this stand because then I don't have to all right. I'm figuring this out. I'm airing this on YouTube as well at the same time. I didn't know if this would work, but it is. All right, settings, camera. I like this. I don't know if I'm gonna want this. I don't know if I'm gonna want this. Okay, so here's where the magic begins. Let me see. I can't see okay, yes, I can. There we go. Okay. So, oh, sorry. And I'm sorry you actually have to view my stand because that does not seem ideal. Let's just see if I can push this out a little bit. All right, so this is where it starts. Now, I don't have very many glasses here. I could take this off the stand. That seems like the more realistic thing to do. All right, this is where things start. Well, they don't start here. They actually start in my kitchen. I take all the stickers and everything off so nobody has to deal with that. So that's where they start. I'm dwindling down because last night was my night of painting, but I stage everything that's not painted there. Okay, all of my paints are located in a cart, so I can roll this around and work quite easily, and then it just stores back there. Okay, this is my studio. Okay, now ignore the vacuum. Ignore the vacuum. I have to vacuum. That's my reminder. Ignore the bed pillow that's in the middle because that's where my dog has to be moved around. All of this down here has wine glasses in that, so I stage them here. I only do this twice a year. These were all painted in the last week, so these are waiting to be heat set and cured. I leave them all here so that I know and they're not stickered, and I keep them separate because I was realizing I forget what I've done. Ignore that. That's a photo booth. That's where I photo them. So that's what's sitting right there. So eventually all this stuff goes away. I have a chair that sits here and I do work here. But right there is where these need to go next is to the kitchen. I should say, this is my house. There she is. Do you want to say hi? That's my assistant, Penny. Again, my house is a wreck, so ignore the mop. There's a reminder. I'm mopping and vacuuming tomorrow. My Keurig is where I take all the stickers off, so that's where it technically starts. Now, here is where things are done. I set up a table. I'll talk about pricing. I'll talk about my mindset. This is the table that I use. So I set it up, and then this is what I was talking about for about a month or so, maybe a month and a half. This is sitting out here just so I can have it all set, and then I pack it from here. So the glasses, once they're done and cured, I put this over here. I put them upside down, and then I sticker them. I changed my mind on my stickering yesterday. I'll talk to you about this. They are all removable. I make my own. They say thank you, hand wash only. I used to say hand washed recommended, but I am who I am. I want them to hand wash them because I hand painted them. So when they're upside down like this means they're stickered, they're ready to go and pack in the box. And all the boxes are under here. I keep all the original boxes because they have all the dividers. And that's what I travel them with. Okay, so don't throw away your boxes right here. This is great. People don't realize this. I also sell to retailers, so so all of this will just go back in here, okay? That way I can cart them around super easy. And yes, I want them to all have my logo on them. I put my business card. I have a different business card. These are, I put stuff out that have to do with our town. So these are Ramona. I put these out. Sometimes they're free gifts. This time I'm going to sell a few extra things, but I'll talk about why I don't sell a bunch of other stuff. Remind me. Okay. There we go. So these are my stickers. I will sticker the rest tomorrow after the other ones come out. And then this is how I control my inventory too. I always line them up in sixes to see. I usually have back stock. I just don't. I'm so busy. Anyway, if you're got an order coming, it's going out. I have 3 boxes like that are going on the front porch. I got to go get the other 2. So I think that pretty much answers what my process is. Because again, you want to minimize your time frame because time is money. Let's talk about pricing. Anyway, there you go. And I'll turn my camera around and I'll come back and sit because I can answer more questions as I go on. By the way, I should just do a class. And uh-oh. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. No sound. Sorry. Thank you. Okay. I will. Can you hear me? I hit the mute button. Sound. No sound. All right. I should be back now. I think I can hear myself. Let's see. All right. Hear you. All right. Here we go. I know you guys are you're asking questions. So I just gave the tour. Time is money. Let's talk about time. Time is money. If you are not counting your time in pricing, you got a problem because your time is worth money, labor and materials. That's what I consider. All right. So here's things. I wholesale all of my glasses. So I get them the least expensive that I can possibly get. I have a reseller's license. So I deal with sales tax. So all is good. I make sure I account for that. I've got an accountant. I do all my bookkeeping. So I try to find and source everything wholesale. That's number one. That's important for me. If you're just starting out and you don't have that ability, just start pricing things and make sure that you are paying as least amount for materials. So materials are going to be like, I'm just going to give you an example of my materials. Paint, which by the way, I have not figured out how much paint can paint how many wine glasses. but to me, that is kind of a necessary thing. So paint, the material that you're painting on, in my case, is glasses. If you can get it wholesale, great. Then we need to talk about your time. I have it down to a science where now I am like mass producing them in a production line. Henry Ford had the right idea where I'm doing 6 or 12 of them at the same time. And I'll like start with one, I'll start with the middle, then I'll put the petals, and then I do. So I basically have streamlined my process. That's why all of the bare glasses are in here, and I'm not getting up and having to go find them. I take all the stickers off them at one time if there's stickers on them. I paint them in sets of 6 or 12. That helps me with inventory. And yes, I inventory. And then what else? You need to talk about your display in your booth. I don't really have a display or a booth. Oh, you also need to decide where you're going to teach, where you're going to sell your stuff. If you're going to sell it at a known established, say, farmers market or art festival, they're going to have pricing. You're going to have a booth set up. You're going to have a particular size. You might need a canopy. You might need a particular colored tablecloth, the signage no bigger than this, for continuity through the art and wine festival. That's check your local festival, whatever you're doing. Now, I don't tend to do any that costs a lot of money to set up a booth or a table. The reason is I don't want to spend all day out there. If my booth costs $300 and I have to spend all day making that $300 back, that is not a good business decision because right out of the gate, you're minus 300 and you got to make that back, minus your time, materials, and labor. Okay. So I typically will do things that I have gained relationships through my local wineries that are very good to me. And it's minimal to set up my table. I'm easy, it's just a table. If I need, I could do an umbrella. Or I'm doing a local event this week with a bunch of other retailers where the price is reasonable. If it goes up, I don't, probably not my deal. The thing about this is you need to have good social media presence. You need to have good social media presence, and the place that you're going to needs to have good social media presence. In other words, don't expect to go set up if you haven't said where you're going to be. If you're not talking about where you're going to be and they're not talking about where you're going to be, that's not working. I always say to whomever I partner with, we're collaborating. I'm going to bring people to your location and you're going to bring people to your location to me. It works out really great. Put me in your newsletter. I'll supply the photos. I'll put you in my newsletter. I'll supply the photos. The other thing about what I do is I always try to give back. Give back. Yesterday, I had Leroy. Thank you, Leroy, for coming by. They're doing a car show on the same day that I can't be at their car show because normally I'd go over there. I would silent auction and bump up the price. I do that. I bid on my own stuff. Guess why? Guess why I bid on my own stuff? If I bid on my own stuff and drive the price up for a good cause, that's great. If not, and I spend $200 to support our local art and wine festival, that's a good cause. And you know what I do? I donate my things right back. Now, I've never had the situation where I haven't sold it. I one time bought it just because I wanted to, and then I told the next bidder, you pay. I pay, you pay. Basically, I'm matching. So that's how you get little awards on your wall that say, thank you, we appreciate your support. That is community involvement. That's the part of this I would like you to get. If I am always traveling and not involved in my own community, I'm shutting myself off from my own community, and I don't want to do that. So twice a year I will go to local wineries and or this event, that sip and shop that I'm going to be at this weekend. So give back with whatever you do. I don't care if it's prints, I don't care if it's a piece of artwork. Give back, give back, give back, give back. I'm now in a situation where I'm doing that. Yesterday I had somebody, I pair my wine glasses with a local bottle of wine. Do I buy The wine, sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes I just ask the winery I'm at, would you donate? And we put our business cards in. Have a great community. Connie has been to my events, my things. So when it comes to me setting up a booth, you also have to factor in the cost of your signage, the booth. Now, here's me. That black tablecloth is all I use. I don't put up signage. I don't, when I sell out, I'm done. I have my business cards. I just don't do this on the regular that I have a canopy. I borrow it. This weekend, they told me I don't need one because I've got an umbrella for me. It's just me and my table. I thought about expanding to 2 tables, but it's just me. I don't want to lug in a bunch of stuff. That's time and energy. And I just want to sell my wine glasses. Sometimes I put a colored tablecloth. But here's the thing, when you put a colored tablecloth or a floral tablecloth, remember, whatever you're selling needs to stick out. So I do black. I probably should have a white one. But in the most of the lighting, people can see what I'm doing right when they walk up. It's super obvious. The artwork is not competing with the tablecloth. I have done floral tablecloths that are very pretty. And then they said I couldn't see what you were doing. So that's another thing. A lot of times I've been to places and they say, we just want a black tablecloth so you look like everybody else. That's what I bought. I wash it, I iron it, and that's what I use every single time. Probably should get a white one now that I'm thinking that through. I probably should get a teal one now that I'm thinking that through. But again, I use a lot of teal in my painting. All right, black or white table covering. Yeah, it's just simple. And when I was just starting out, I went to the Dollar Tree. I bought whatever was there. Okay. Anyway, jumping off. I hope this is helpful. Should I keep going? Because I could be done. I've been on for 27 minutes. So you got to remember pricing your booth. That is what I think about. The pricing of it. Am I going to be here all day trying to make this money back? The answer is probably no, because I won't do it. And I've been pretty lucky. Please keep going. Okay. Any questions? I'll keep going. How do I price my artwork? I am not going to give you pricing recommendations because here's the thing. What I price mine at, or if I were in Napa Valley, or if I were in New York, is going to be different than somebody who is selling in, what's a small town? Glenwood, New Mexico. Okay, that's a real city. They do sell art there. And the reason I say that, now it depends, because I say Glenwood is a good tourist location, so they're bringing in a lot of touristy people on July 4th. All right. Anyway, pricing has to be in your area. So if you are wondering, now also make sure you're not competing with somebody who's really been doing that for a long time. Find your niche. You don't really want to go to somebody else's booth, find out what they're selling it for, and then go set up right across from them. That's not good feels, okay? You really want to work with people, not work against people. So that is something I always say, find your niche, do it. This is something I have found, but price to your area. So do research online, go to local markets, see what people are willing to price, because I don't want to give you a recommendation. Now, here's a good idea too. If you want to sell 2 of them, sell 1 for 20, 2 for 35. That stuff works as well. Have stuff at your booth that costs low amount of money. What does that mean? Not all of it. I sell the little hand painted shot glasses. First off, it catches guys' eyes. And also I'm selling really to female clientele because of how it looks. But guys see shot glasses. Hey, look at these. Because they drink shots. Well, so do women. And I want to drink out of a pretty glass. That's a low priced item that's going to get to them to the table. And they're probably going to go, oh, well, what do these sell for? Oh, it's Mother's Day. Oh my God, my mom loves wine. Oh, could these be used for Could these be used for drinking water out of? Yes. I don't know what I'm coughing on. So find some low cost item that can sit there and I can, you know what? I can paint shot glasses while I'm sitting there. I don't do it anymore. I used to paint while I was sitting there, but then what I found out is everybody would walk up and wants me to personalize it. And there's a downside to personalizing stuff. It takes time, it takes your energy, it takes you away from selling other stuff because then you're sitting there unless you have help. I don't have help. When I go, I'm a one man band. Sometimes I'll have a friend who will come sit with me and help. Um, so help me package things. If it's very busy, I'll call out reinforcements, but I don't want to have to pay somebody and I don't want to make them sit in the hot blazing sun with me. Because if I have to pay somebody, that's money out of my pocket. Let's talk packaging. Packaging. They got to walk away with a little bag. So I order mine in bulk. I stamp them all with my company name or put my sticker on it, which is another advertising item. I price low. I get all the same colored bags. They're white. I'll change up the tissue paper based on Mother's Day and Christmas. I buy the tissue paper in bulk, and then I have a thank you card that goes in every order. Thank you because it has my name, my information, my phone number. I'm thanking them. I have my name, information, and phone number on my bag. And then I'm going to change my stickers that go on I made those stickers removable, by the way. Somebody said to me, it's hard to get your stickers off. Well, here's a secret I give them, but I bought removable stickers. Now they're removable. I listen to what they say. I print all my own stickers. Um, but if you have something, that's another thing that you just want to keep in mind. Because if you're out putting money for the packaging, the stickers, the time and energy, my labels, I've got down to a science. That is all part of this. Okay, I need to do this. I need to package this up as a class. You're telling me. All right, well, so people don't think of this and they go, oh my goodness, I just made $300. And then you look at all your receipts when you're done and you go, oh my God, I spent 200 on this. I spent this, my paint, I made minus 98 cents an hour. Now, if you're just doing it for the fun of it, maybe not minus 98 cents an hour is really okay. A class. Okay. And I'm working out the layout. I will do this and how to sell your wares. Okay. Then I'll stop talking. I'm kidding. So there you go. Package this up as a class. All right. I will. Because I'm not giving you the deep dives, by the way. I'm not. Okay, so make sure you look good and presentable. You know what? Make sure you dress like you match what you're selling. So tomorrow I'll probably wear some hand painted pants or overalls. You guys, Lori, I actually aim everything that I do to everybody, beginner to established. I do. I feel like you can get a nugget out of that. Anne is probably feverishly taking notes. I didn't really think this would be interesting. I'm going to do it. What else can I say? Do you have any questions? Yeah. By the way, Lori, am talking to you as a beginner, even though I've done this for now 4 or 5 years. And maybe I'm doing it wrong. But at the end of the day, I'll have money in my pocket. Yeah, note taking. All right. So I hope you got the cliff notes of this too, Anne, because you're writing up my outline. Have fun. Have fun. Go there. I bring my travel art journaling stuff. I don't bring my travel painting stuff anymore. I don't want people to ask me I was going somewhere with that. I don't want people to ask me to personalize things because I'm not overly fond of personalized items. I'm not overly fond of my handwriting. So if they ask me, I'm like, I don't want to do it. The other thing is what I'm doing isn't going to be heat set and they're probably going to throw it in their bag and they're going to smear it. I don't want to deal with that. I just say, no, I don't do it. If you want, contact me on the phone number, on your bag, in the business card, bring it to my studio. I'll personalize it for you. I live right in town. but I really don't want people always coming to my studio. So that rarely happens, but I just don't offer it. I take my art journaling stuff. I don't hang out on my phone and look down. That is to me not engaging with your community. The whole purpose is to talk to people who are there. So if you're coming to my booth on Saturday between 11 and 4, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you even if you're not buying something for me. I want to know who you are, and I want to talk. So don't be on your phone. If I have time, I do social media from there if I have downtime. So I'll utilize that time. I'll do field trips with you guys. Do you run across snobby artists? Yes. But do you run across snobby people? Yes. Do you run across people who don't have a filter and don't realize that you have two ears on the side of their head when they're looking at your artwork and they say, I don't like this? Yes. Do you sometimes have to have a thick skin? Yes. But the good outweighs the bad. I can give you stories. So I don't want to say I run into snobby artists, but yes, I do. And they don't have the time of day for me. And guess what? I probably am going to be fine sitting in my corner, sitting in my art journal, talking to my friends, having a good time, making the best of it, even if I don't sell one thing. And by the way, I met Leroy, who benefits the senior center, by talking to him. He didn't buy anything from me. He came and said, by the way, I'm the guy who does the car shows and the this and the that, and all the money benefits are the senior center. Would you be interested in donating? He's like, I won't take what you have now. I was like, yes, here. I won't take what you have now. I'll come back. So anytime he has an event, he comes back. I up my game and I provide him with wine glasses. So he didn't buy anything. I got to meet him. That's the thing. All right, back to my story. I meet snobby people, but the greater people that I meet outweigh the snobby people. And I don't really care. 52. I could live in my own bubble and be fine. Also, if you're at a winery, they give you wine, you really don't care. Okay, what do I do when I meet those who stand in front of me and don't like my wares and don't think I can hear them? I ignore them. I don't say something snooty. I don't agree with them. I don't say thank you for yes, I do. I say thank you for stopping by. Thank you for giving me. I'm not for everybody. My ears. My art is not for everybody. I'm not for everybody. You're not for everybody. But there is a space for me. And last time I did this one show that I just am doing this weekend, I sold out of almost everything I had. Anything I don't sell, by the way, goes to my retailer. And it's a win-win because I have a couple of retailers who sell my stuff. So it's a win-win. I don't care. You're not going to bother me. I will say this. One time I was at an art trade show. I don't know if it was a show. It was a show, and there were women. I have to say, as we get older as women, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to say this. I feel like we get license or we feel we have license to say stuff. I try not to be this person. Cecilia has been to my booth where sometimes they're not aware of what they're saying. They have no filter or they don't just give a rat's rear end. But one time I was there and I was sent by a company to paint my style of painting. And there were some women in front of me, and I would say, older woman in front of me said to her friend or her whatever, boy, if I painted stuff like that, I would feel bad for my kids. Like, how are they going to get rid of that? My art was not for her. That was okay. Now, do I prefer she had said that about 10 feet away from my ears? Yes. Uh, did I take it hard at the time? Yes. Immediately, a more experienced artist mentor of mine walked up and said, "Do not let that get to you. Some of these ladies um, do not realize that you can hear them." I was like, okay. So at the end of the day, I love your art. Cindy Lou says, I have your art heart on my wall from Valentine's Day. Everyone loves it. Thank you. At the end of the day, you gotta just have thicker skin, and you just have to remember you're not their cup of tea, and they you are not their cup of tea, but they are not your cup of tea. Okay? You are not going to choose or want your artwork hanging on their wall. Now, me, on the other hand, want Cindy Lou, who just said, I have your heart on my wall from Valentine's Day. All right. So that's it. You just have to remember, and you have to be setting yourself up for success. All you can do, but you have to remember you could sit there all day long and not sell one thing. You could go there and not sell one thing. Okay. So set your target low, aim high. No, but I just want you to know people got to get used to seeing you and got to get used to it. So now people will say to me, "Oh my God, I was hoping you were going to be here. I saw your post on social media." Because I don't sell my glasses all year long. I'm not sitting at a booth at the farmer's market every Saturday or Sunday so they get used to seeing me. I am why am I talking? Why am I screaming at? Yeah. So that's the deal. Sandra says, I did do that sales, but no more. I art for me in my journal. That's totally fine. Then that is people who say, what do I do with all the artwork in my journal? Make prints, make cards out of them. So if you're looking to make a business out of this, there is a space for you. But you just have to remember your skin needs to be a little bit thicker. At the end of the day, if you walk away with $25 and you spent $50 at the booth across from you, um, you probably got something from them. What's fun when I go to these too is I'll do trade. Like somebody will come up and go, I love your wine glasses. I love your olive oil. Would you like a wine glass for the olive oil? You just work out the price. I walk away with some cool stuff. The money has never exchanged my hands. I don't know if that's right. Anyway, and I do. I also try not to go and spend all my money at all the other booths. I want to support them. I don't want to go up to them and say, hey, trade happens after. And I don't want to say, oh, can I get a special price because I'm another vendor? No, I swap with them. I work out an equal trade. We talk about it at the end. I'm not going to take business away from my friend Susan, who is selling olive oil, but I pay full price for that olive oil because it's my favorite, and her balsamic vinegar, Toothaker Ranch. Yes. All right. Anyway, don't go into it think you're going to make bargains off of the people next to you. But I also don't go, here's another thing. I love the idea of buying all the jewelry and the other stuff from a fellow vendor, but at the end of the day, this is part of a paycheck for me. So I got to curb my shopping a little bit. But if I have gifts and I know it's a necessary thing, I just try not to. That's what I could say. I want to say balance it. Any questions before I go? I will look to see if I can find it on Tracy's page. I may not have seen it. I don't know what that is. I bought it. Cheryl, there is a wine glass tutorial on yourartfuljourney.com in the shop. I don't know if Anne can provide that link. You can learn how to paint tennis shoes. You can learn how to, just remember, if you're painting something on site, that takes time and energy. So you might want to think about that. You have made my day. Thank you. Any questions? The questions were great. So specific pricing, I don't really get into. I just want you to monitor your time and your energy and all of the expenses. I don't count my paint because that's expendable to me. Also, I have a good relationship with the paint company, but To me, that paint goes a long way. You're not painting one wine glass. Oh, do I have waste when I'm painting? Of course I do. Oh, let's talk about mass producing things. So these are my paint palettes. They're art in itself. Look at that. So I just keep that there. I think that would be about covering everything I wanted to say and then some. I hope this was beneficial. Probably the most amount of people I've had in the morning. If you're a fine artist, you probably, there we go. Anne just shared that. I do have a wine glass painting class. So that will talk about all of the stuff that I do, but I really went and deep dived. I feel like this was more of, a business how-to, which I have from learning experience. Now, have I gone and lost money at these things? Absolutely. Have I said I wanted to give up? Absolutely. Have I had to sit in the rain, the hot sun, the wind? Oh my God. The wind when you're selling glass with a floating tablecloth parachute is another factor. Take the tablecloth off. You do not want the wine glasses setting sail. It's just not a thing. The first art and wine festival we did, I stood out in the cold rain and I was literally freezing, and that's the way it goes. But I stood there, I duked it out, and guess what? People felt sorry for me and bought my wine glasses. And it's funny, every time I'm packing up is when I sell the most. Every single time. The last sip and paint that I did, I pretty much sold out. So I didn't have that problem. Your goal, come with full boxes, leave with empty boxes. That, my friends, is the best way that I have found to operate my business. Any other questions before I go? Volunteer with a local fire department, thinking that would be a great fundraiser to do a class and the participants paint their own. Yeah. Um, ups and downsides to painting glass. Takes a long time to dry, cure, all that stuff. I teach them all the time. They do really well at the wineries too. All right. Yeah, love the goal. Come in with lots of boxes, leave with empty boxes. I always keep my boxes too. So I have an abundance because my retailer circulates them through. Guess I'll be taking your class. There you go. Maybe I just sold a wine glass painting class. All right. That's even better. And people ask, why do you share these tips? Because I didn't have somebody mentoring me and helping me early on. And I made a lot of mistakes. So, oh, one other thing I'm going to say, and then I'll end this. Focus on what your niche is. Focus on what your product is. I do other stuff. You saw the wood, so I'll put those around. I normally decorate my booth with flowers. Whoever gives me the flowers, Lisa, Backcountry Gardens, I need some flowers. I sell the flowers for them. So I sell the flowers, or I buy the flowers and I sell them right at the booth, and I put the card of the company or the grower at my table because the flowers go with my wine glasses. If I have the room and it's not windy. Okay, that's two things because I don't want to take care of flowers blowing off my booth. The next thing is have some sort of continuity on your table. Don't bring everything but the kitchen sink in your art. Have a theme or have something that looks appealing. Because if you're trying to sell every different thing that you do, like you've got wine glasses and wood things and this and that, I find that to be very distracting. And you're not saying, I do one thing well. You say, I do 50 things okay. Because we don't do all 50 things great. I can tell you that. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. I don't. But I think it confuses the brain when you have a small 10 by 10 booth and you walk in and you're like, does she make jewelry? Does she do this? Does she do that? Is she selling that kitchen sink for a reason? You want to really let that person know what you do well without confusing them. Now, this time, I am going to take some of my tag journals and some of my stamps, and put them in a small display to the side because that is also something that I do, and I want to see if that's something that they're interested. But here's something to know about the event I'm going to. The store that's hosting it, she also sells wood products. I want to make sure and not take any wood products that would be competing with her. And I talk to her and say, hey, she actually said to me, could you bring some of your tag books? They're so cute. So I was like, oh my goodness, that's called collaborating and working together. I would not want to go and steal what she does because she's hosting me at this event. So don't be a jerk. Don't be a jerk. Okay? If you go there and you notice, but most events that you're going to go to, most of the events that you're going to go to, they're going to try and not stack it up where there's a bunch of competition sitting across from you. At least that's what they should do. So they're not a jerk. All right. Anyway, I hope you learned something this morning. That was way more than I intended to share, but I just wanted you to know from my perspective, how do you make money selling your physical artwork? This is one way that I have found to sell my physical artwork that A, serves a purpose, serves wine, and genuinely makes most people smile. So there you go. That concludes this version of Tracy's what not to do and what to do. No, I'm kidding. I didn't really, this is all I wanted to share. Have a wonderful day. I hope that this helps somebody. And if you have any questions, my name is Tracy. Hold on, this is so cool. If you have any questions, well, there I am. I should have had my name on my thing the whole time. I am Tracy Weinstoffel, and this is my studio, and I'm happy to answer any questions. There it is right now. I should have had my company name up, but that was silly because I wasn't thinking that through. Hold on. I don't know if I was trying something new today. Anyway, have a wonderful day. I will see those of you who are in your artful journey tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, which is why I didn't do this then, and we will paint together. Have a great day. I will talk to you all later. I don't know how to turn off this. There it is. Oh, did I miss any last minute? Talk to y'all soon.